Now to a story that's been getting a lot of attention lately, a new strategy in the state of Michigan for dealing with nuisance geese populations. Instead of being rounded up and moved, they will be killed instead. We're joined now by Kyle Green with the Greenway Outdoors. The group, if you're not familiar, based in Fenton, and their outdoor education conservation series has been featured on the History Channel, a pretty big deal. Thanks so much for being on with us this morning.
Absolutely, happy to be here.
So first and foremost, we have to acknowledge there are a lot of mixed feelings on this, even within our newsroom. You know, you have some people devastated to hear about animals being killed, and then the other half, it's split pretty 50-50. Acknowledges what an annoyance these populations can be. They're messy, they sometimes can be aggressive. What is happening here?
So to assert like what the problem is, what's changed is they used to net the geese by the hundreds and then they would relocate them to a different area. And now they've kind of sneakily passed a new perspective that the DNR will actually, in certain cases, actually round up the geese like they did before, but instead they will gas them and kill them. And just so you know, that process isn't exactly beautiful. Netting them stresses them out as it is, and then transporting them was bad enough. But now they're actually putting them in a chamber, killing them, and then they do not have a way to process the meat yet, so they're just slinging them onto a pile at the landfill. And that's what's happening right now, as opposed to relocating them. And I think it's important to talk about the difference between killing and this kind of becomes murdering. Because I'm a hunter, right? Mm-hmm. So I hunt geese because they're a beautiful resource that I enjoy eating. If you remember A Christmas Carol, the movie, everybody would watch that, see the big Christmas goose. Well, they are still fantastic eating. And in 1960, the species was almost wiped out in Michigan. It's a blessing that we have them here. That's how a hunter conservationist looks at it. So when we see people rounding them up, killing them, and then wasting them, that kind of becomes more of like a murder than a kill to us. Because for us, the answer is very simple. This problem's easy to solve. You would open up seasons. So like right now, they could go round them up by the hundreds and gas them and kill them and then waste them. But if I, as a hunter who pays for a hunting license, went right now out of season and harvested a goose, I would probably have my truck seized, the gun I use seized, fines, and be put in handcuffs. On the same precedence, you know, they're killing them with gas by the hundreds, right? If I go out hunting during the season and I have 3 shotgun shells in my gun, I'm legal. But if I have 4, I'm going to be put in handcuffs again, but they can gas them. Okay, and on top of that, there's so many different areas where we can't hunt where they can go in and gas them. So the answer is simple. If you want to solve this problem, you open up the seasons so that they're longer.
It's already, what is it, 107-day season,
roughly?
It's one of the more liberal ones, correct?
It is, but the limit is 5 geese, yet they'll go out and kill hundreds of them. Now, those 5 geese are going to feed me and my family, but if we were able to take 10 or 15 or 20, in order to get the populations in check, I would then be able to help feed the homeless too. And I mean, what is more pure than that? Hunting geese and feeding the homeless. I mean, I don't know what's more beautiful than that.
So in years past, Michigan has avoided joining other states and going the kill route. Why do you think the change now? We've seen a gradual incline in, or increase in population.
Sure. To answer your question specifically, let's go to the DNR themselves. They're actually funded by hunters' licenses. So
Right.
I buy a hunting license. That's how they get their funding, and they represent us. And now they're doing this immoral stuff while holding us accountable. But at the same time, why are they doing it now? I think they're doing it, and I want to give them the benefit of the doubt here.
Do you think a component is being discreet? Like people may be upset if they see a goose shot and killed drop out of the sky? Is this a more like we're collecting them, we're doing this where you can't see it?
Maybe they don't want to deal with it, that sort of thing, sure. But at the same time, if you asked anybody with a brain and you said, if someone's going to eat this and harvest it and feed their family or feed the homeless, or would you like them gassed and thrown in a landfill? I think everybody would take the shotgun approach. But why are they doing it? I think sometimes people get focused on solving a problem and they don't carry morality into it. I believe in Jesus, so I carry morality into my choices. And I feel like they were just trying to solve the problem but didn't actually look at the morality of what they were doing. And I think that's why, as hunters who pay their salaries, we have to hold them accountable to what they do. There's nobody that sells more hunting licenses than me in the state of Michigan. I go around, I talk to hundreds of people a day. I do speaking engagements, I'm on television, I'm telling people, buy your hunting license because it helps with conservation. However, if I'm going to encourage people to do that to fund the DNR, it's my responsibility as a hunter conservationist to say, you have to be held accountable for your decisions. This decision is wrong and it needs to be overturned immediately. And we're not going to let it stand. I will rally the troops and won't let this happen.
Appreciate your perspective. Kyle Green with the Greenway Outdoors. Thanks for being on with us this afternoon.
Thank you.